to describe this and also the whole world of CityEngine, Thomas Oakes is going to give us a little preview. So welcome, Thomas, because he's very afraid here. Thomas.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Good morning. With the launch of CityEngine 2012, we introduced the 3D web scene, a browser-based application that allows you to capture your 3D content and create a visualization of that. We'll start by viewing one of these web scenes. It's of an airport that's currently reviewing proposals to replace their ground control tower. Now, the 3D web scenes have the capability to create presentations, as you see here. This allows you to walk through your predefined bookmarks to show your analysis or your content to others in your organization or to the public. Now, with this airport's construction project, there's quite a few things to consider. First would be, the optimal site would probably be best at the current tower's location. Second, the architectural styles. Do our proposals match the current look and feel of the airport? So we can actually review a couple of our proposals here by using a slider. But the third consideration is probably the most important, that of safety. Do our proposals match our design specs? Do they allow for the maximum visibility to the hangars, the runways, taxiways, and all the operational areas of the facility that they need to see to do their job safely? That's pretty neat. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's nice, but how can I replicate that? How am I going to go back to my office this week, take my 3D content, and create a web scene similar to this? Well, let's walk through the process and recreate this scene. We'll be using CityEngine, our 3D content creation platform. It allows you to design, model, and review the current state of your facility. So for example, now we're looking at our transportation networks. This is the street center lines, right-of-ways, and sidewalks coming from our geodatabase. We can apply a procedurally based rule file that will look at that GIS data and then model it as it would appear in this geographic area. We can apply that same concept to our buildings, our trees, ground cover, runway, anything else we need to paint a complete picture of the current state of this facility. Now, for that new tower I mentioned, well, there's quite a few ways you can create new content. You can import your CAD drawings from your contractors, maybe use Collada models, or any of the other dozens of industry standards for 3D data. Or you can design that directly here in CityEngine using our new editing tools. So let's zoom in on our proposal area and see what I can come up with. We'll start by sketching out our foundation for our building. And then I'll start to apply the height and good job, Tom. I just talked about safety, and I'm facing this in the wrong direction. So let's go ahead and rotate this around a bit. That's better. So let's continue on and add some textures, the upper floors of the tower, and some other materials. And the last thing we want to do is make sure we do meet that height requirement. So we can use our data inspector and actually see that I drew it a little bit too tall. And there we go. So you're starting to see all these pieces come together for that web scene. So let's go ahead and capture all of our data and export this back out to our web. Choosing all of our terrain layers, making sure we choose web scene. Proper name. Make sure I have all my layers. And then finish that out. So what you've seen over the last couple of minutes is how we can actually one more thing. So I'm sure a lot of you in the DC area have been watching the news. I have too. In the last couple of weeks, there have been a lot of mentions of the GSA wanting to relocate the FBI headquarters. And it never fails that all those news reports usually has the action scene reporter there in an open field with a local politician claiming, this is the best area, move it to my jurisdiction. But that begs the question, what would that look like to have a 2.8 million square foot office space similar to what the FBI headquarters has now in that area? Would it be another large building? A bunch of smaller buildings like a campus? Would the current water, sewer, roads be able to handle the influx of all those new people? Well, we probably can't answer that question for you right now here this morning. But I think it's something to think about, and it's a great exercise in geodesign in the built environment to realize that you have all these tools available for you in the ArcGIS platform to help envision something like this or like that control tower, or any other projects and modifications you have to your installations and facilities. With that thought, I'll turn you back over to Jack.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom. I don't know if I really got the point across that web maps are the medium, web scenes are the 3D medium, and to be able to share it with everybody, that's the big concept here. And so he used CityEngine to create this scene, to do some of this geo-design work, and then pumped it out as a web scene that can go viral. The mayor of Honolulu did this last summer, and it just made a difference. He lost the campaign because well, it's kind of a joke, but he pumped out rapid transit rail systems through Honolulu and used this whole stuff to try to promote his campaign that rapid transit rail would be a good thing. Everybody looked at this and then voted him out. So I don't know. It's not just a joke. It actually was used for real.